Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I just wanted to sit down and play with some makeup. I sat and thought about this for, I don't know, a couple hours now, trying to come up with a topic or a theme for this video. And I don't have one. I'm coming up blank. So I just want to play. I want to put some makeup on. I want to chat with you guys a little bit. I figured maybe I would come up with like a fall look. I mean, we're approaching fall. It is mid-September right now. The weather is finally starting to change. It was below 40 degrees this morning, which was very odd. I had to turn the AC units off last night. So anyway, that's what we're doing in today's video. We're going to be playing with a little bit of makeup, coming up with a fall look, and we'll just see where things go from there. So if you are watching this video but you're not yet subscribed to my channel, I hope you consider subscribing before you leave today. If you do that, don't forget to hit that notification bell. That way you're notified of every upload. Let's get into this video. I need to get my hair out of my face. So, speaking of hair, my hair is ridiculously long. Like, see if I can, without, giving away the pajama pants here. It's long. And I'm done. I'm tired of it. I, at one point, had a lot of my hair dyed blonde. So now I dyed over top of it to get it, like, close to my natural hair color. And you can just see, like, the two-toneness going on. Because it's starting to... nothing's permanent when it comes to hair dye. It's starting to wash out. And I just want to get rid of it. I want to cut it off. Like, is that drastic? That's drastic, right? That's a lot of hair. It's happening. We're going to cut it off soon. I thought about just doing it myself and then going to the salon and having them fix it. Have a little Brad Mondo moment. Let him laugh a little bit. But I don't want to fuck it up that bad. Like, I love being able to curl my hair and stuff and be able to do different things with it. But it's getting to the point where it's so long that I don't even want to do that. It's just getting on my nerves. And I've had long hair for a long time now. Well, a couple years. I'm ready for a change. In more ways than one. I was looking up online, like, haircuts for different face shapes and whatnot. And I always get confused on what my face shape is. Like, part of me feels like I have an oval face shape. Because I feel like I have an egghead. I mean, kind of. What do you think? Do you think I have an oval-shaped face? I also feel like I'm very angular through here, so I didn't know. I don't know. No clue. If you know, let me know down below. Okay, so I was like Googling earlier fall trends, fall makeup trends for 2020, and a common theme that I'm seeing is like glowy makeup. Actually, a lot of the stuff I saw had nothing to do with fall. It was like pink eyeshadow and glitter wings and white eyeliner, and I'm like, you can wear that any time of year. So I don't know if like the lines are now blurred, like just wear what you want when you want, which is pretty much what I do anyway. But it's nice to get that grungy fall like vibe going on, the tones, the burgundy and maybe like the greens and the sultry and smokiness. I don't know. So today's video, that's kind of what I want to do with the eye makeup. I want to do something a little smoky, maybe like orange, maroon. We're going to see what I come up with. But the other trend, like I said, was glowy skin. Glowy skin's not my friend, man. I've got oily skin. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I don't typically use this because it does make my skin look glowy underneath the foundation, which typically, that's not normally a bad thing. But when you have really oily skin and you're trying to find something long wearing, it's definitely not a good thing. So I haven't used this in a really long time. I don't hate it. It just doesn't make my makeup last very long. Makeup usually only lasts a few hours if I use this primer. But considering that I'm going to bed soon after filming, I don't care if it lasts very long. Ew, that was chunky. That was pretty gross. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So you can definitely see that my face has like this luminosity to it. And that's kind of what we're aiming for here. Okay, so the next product that I'm going to go in with is one that I don't typically use like during this step. We're trying new things. I'm just trying to branch out a little bit and play with some makeup. This is the Hollywood Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury. It's a product that I've had for quite a while, at least a year, if not 2 years. And I have definitely not gotten the use out of it that I should, given how expensive this stuff is. So that's what we're going to do. I'm debating putting this all over. Should I? Let's do it. I've never done that before. We are living on the edge. A little scared. Just smear it in, maybe? Feels so wrong. Holy hell. If I wasn't glowy before, I am now. Some people use this kind of, that's why it's called flawless filter. They use it as like a filter underneath foundation. And I just never tried it that way because I do have oily skin. But today, got nowhere to be. I can just wipe it right back off when I get done. That is the wonderful thing about makeup. You don't have to stick with it. You could change it. If you don't like the look you came up with, erase it and start over. Wow. Yep, that's glowy. Alright. I think I might have used a little too much. That feels kind of oily. Holy cow. Uh-oh, I've got some pilling going on. I don't like that. I don't know if that's from the milk primer or from this filter. Still very tacky. Ew, that sucks. They are not playing nice together at all. Of course, why would they? Since I just put it all over my face. I am not wiping this stuff back off. We're just going to have to deal with it. That's kind of where I'm at right now today. Just rolling with it. So I want to know, how many of you guys are excited that we're approaching fall? I have like mixed opinions on it. I'm excited because I love watching like the leaves change, and I love just how beautiful it is during the fall. It's my favorite season because of that, and because of how the air feels, the way it smells. You know, it's that type of weather where you can wear a sweater, a jacket, and just be totally comfortable and not too hot, not too cold. It is the literal best. Now, late fall, not a fan. Not a fan because it gets too cold. Also, my birthday's in November. Just another reason to love fall. My son's birthday's in October. We have Halloween. Like, what's not to love? So now I'm going to go ahead and lay down my foundation. I have a little cocktail that I'm going to use. I know, shocker. I'm going to be using the Wander Beauty Nude Illusion Foundation. I mean, we're really going glowy with it today, guys. I'm going to mix that in with my beloved Estee Lauder Double Wear. This one's just, again, I've said this before, it's like a binder for me. It bonds the other foundations together. I'm probably completely psycho and it doesn't do any of that. But I feel like it does help longevity. I have not been able to talk today. I don't know what's going on. I've been very tongue-tied. It's very full coverage. I love that. So I'm mixing that in. And I'm also going to mix in the Makeup Forever Ultra HD. I wanted to throw in something glowy to keep that, you know, that radiance. So that's why we have the Nude Illusion from Wander Beauty. I actually really like this foundation. Just doesn't wear very long. I am going to cover up this guy right here because he's pissing me off. He doesn't belong there. He needs to go the hell on. I'm sure this is really going to help do that, right? We're going to just do... Damn. I don't know what's going on with my skin. Well, I kind of like that. I mean... We got a lot of shit going on, don't we? Oh, how rude. I didn't even tell you what I was using for my spot concealing. I used the Dior Forever Skin Correct because this one has very good coverage and it's really close to like my natural skin tone. So, that's what we spot concealed with. Okay, so I went ahead and mixed the foundations together. I'm going to go ahead, I think I'm going to apply them with a dry sponge. Hear me out. So I'm going to be using a dry sponge to blend this out. I don't know what prompted me to do that the other day, but I did, and I really liked the way it applied. It's like it wasn't too heavy looking, it just looked good. So, talking about fall, does anybody watching ever struggle with like seasonal depression? Or, I mean, you don't have to answer that. I guess it's kind of rude of me. Or maybe just changes in general to like your overall... your mood and stuff when the seasons change like that. I think it really just depends for me. Like, I don't like cold weather. I don't like gloomy weather. I don't like when it rains. I don't like when it snows. I don't like any of that shit. It just makes me feel some kind of way. And I hate when the sun goes down so early. I hate that. This is a negative video. Gotta change the tune here. But I do love fall. I love the air and the way it looks outside, and I don't know. There's just something about the seasons changing. I wouldn't necessarily say that I get depressed, but it definitely does affect my mood. And I guess I was just wondering if anybody else deals with that too. But don't feel obligated to answer that in my comments section. You know, you don't have to say anything you don't want to say or share. I mean, I've been struggling here recently anyway, which I know I've already shared with you guys. It is getting a little bit better. I don't know what the hell was going on there for that month and a half or however long it was. I'm not completely out of the woods, but it was funky. And not funky fresh, just funky. Funky nasty. Sounds gross. I feel like I didn't even really get a summer. Does anybody else feel like that? I don't know. Maybe it's got something to do with just the way things are right now in the world with COVID and not really doing anything and going anywhere. Like, I had plans on taking my kids to the beach this summer. We didn't do that. Just wanted to do stuff, and we didn't do anything. And to be honest with you, like, I asked my kids several times, like, what do you guys want to do? Y'all want to go here? Want to go there? It was like, eh. So we just did a whole lot of nothing. And now I feel like the wintertime's not going to be much different. I'm a little nervous to see what's going to happen just with this whole situation, with COVID and whatnot, what's going to happen going forward. I mean, so far I am kind of digging the way this looks. It looks super skin-like. Teach your kids how to cook. You'll thank me later. My 12-year-old made dinner, and it's bomb. Okay, now that I have the foundation completely laid down, I really like how it looks on my skin. It looks kind of not natural. I mean, let's be honest, but it just looks more skin-like than what I'm used to because of the glowy base underneath. And I have not set it yet. And I'm going to try not to set it, which is probably going to kill me. I do have a little bit of like blemishes and stuff peeking through, but that's okay. I don't have to be completely blank canvas every time I do my makeup. Okay, so now I'm going to work on under eye concealer, which I'm a little nervous for just because I want to keep this. I don't want to put on like a super heavy, concealer that's not the right tone for me because it's just going to look weird with this. So I'm going to use my Dior concealer, my Dior Forever Skin Correct, the same one that I used to spot conceal. Anyway, what were we talking about before? We were talking about the seasons changing and all that stuff. Let's switch gears a little bit. How about dating? There's a fun topic. So, I don't know if this is something I should be divulging or not, but you know what? Who cares? We're all friends here, right? I have not dated in a long time. Well, it's a gray area. I don't know. When you're a single parent, you have kids, and you're working full time, you're taking care of business on your own, it's hard to find time for dating or just meeting people in general. Like, where the hell am I supposed to find these people? Where am I supposed to get these dates at? No one's really going out and, doing a whole lot because of COVID. But even above and beyond that, like, I don't drink, so I'm not hanging out in the bars, and that is not the place to go if you want to meet people anyway. At least not the kind of people I want to meet. Not to say that if you go to a bar, you're a bad person. Not what I'm trying to say here. Foot and mouth, I just need to shut up. I just mean if I'm looking for, trying to meet somebody in that capacity, probably shouldn't be a barfly, because that's not really the kind of life that I live. So I started thinking about it, and I'm like, maybe I need to give the online dating another try. Tried it in the past, didn't work out so well for me. But I think the main reason for that is because I was on a website that was free. I think that if you use a paid dating website, you're more likely to find somebody that's also looking for something real and not just looking for a good time. I don't need to get on a website to find somebody to have a good time. You know what I mean? Not what I'm looking for. What do you guys think? How do you all feel about online dating? Have any of you done that? Had any success with it? Do you think it's weird, icky, creepy? I don't know. I never did the whole Tinder thing. That's definitely not my jam. Not to knock anybody that has. I just want a way to meet men around my age, that are decent people and that want to hang out and talk. And I don't know. Sounds interesting, right? All right, so I got something in the mail today that I really want to try out. This is the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas Eye Base. I got mine in the shade Fair. It's one of their newer shades that they came out with. And I'm excited to give it a try. I think it'll match my skin tone very well. Like, the idea of dating, again, makes me exhausted just thinking about it. It takes so much effort, and there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee that the person you're talking to is either A, going to even be interested, or B, even going to be genuine. And I think that's even the bigger problem, is that everybody's out for themselves anymore. Maybe I shouldn't say everybody. A lot of people are out for themselves and what they can get out of a situation, and they don't care, who they hurt in the process. And I'm just not down with all that. I'm not looking for that to happen. I guess nobody is, or most people aren't looking for that to happen. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's been too long. It's been too long since I've been in an actual relationship, and I think it's time. It's time that I stop being such a sissy, let my guard down a little bit, and maybe do things right this time. You know, when I was younger, and maybe this is divulging too much information, I don't know, don't really care. Maybe this will help somebody else that's watching, but I didn't take enough time to really get to know somebody before I would totally commit myself to that person. And that's been a real problem in the past, because why are you going to completely commit yourself to somebody that has not even, number one, you don't even know that well, and number two, maybe they're not even committed to you, you know? I'm an extremely loyal person, and I get hurt a lot because of that aspect, because of that character trait. And I think for a long time I just kind of put up walls because I was tired of getting hurt, and I gave up. And I was like, whatever, you know, if it happens, it happens. But I realize, like, no one's going to knock on my door. Like, a knight in shining armor is not going to knock on my door and be like, hey, babe, let's go on a date. Like, it doesn't work like that. And I don't, you know, it's not like I go out places and hang out places where I can meet people. So if I don't actively seek people to hang out with, it's not going to happen. And I think the time is right. The time's now. I don't want to be 80 years old, all on my own. I don't need a man. I've been living on my own for a long time, so it's not that I need one, but it'd be nice to have somebody to share my thoughts and my life with. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I miss having that companionship, like, a lot. I mean, hell, even if I found some good friends out of the deal, that would be cool too. I'm not opposed to that either. I'm not looking to jump right into anything, but at least, you know, I'm at a place where I feel like I'm open to it. Took me a long time to feel like that. So if you guys know of any, like, legit dating websites or apps, let me know what they are. Like, of course, I could always go with, like, Match.com. That's what I was planning on doing. But I'm sure there's more out there. I'm probably sounding completely pathetic, but it's whatever. Okay, so far, that eye base, it kind of just reminds me of, like, a concealer. It definitely did cancel out the purple on my eyelids, so that's a plus. And it is the perfect shade match for my skin tone, so far, so good. We'll see how shadows blend over top. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is put on a little bit of contour. I don't want to be, like, crazy contoured and stuff today, but I do want to have at least some sort of shape to my face, because I feel like right now everything's just very blanked out. I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Stick. This one is in the shade Fawn. This one is, like, the perfect contour shade for my skin tone. I really like it. We'll start there. I really like using my Chikuhodo GSN 5 brush for contour, just because of the way it's angled up top here. Really good for this. And I'm just going to kind of stipple it in, I guess, and push it up. You know, it's really odd because when I was younger, like, I was not happy unless I was in a relationship. I always had to be in one. I was insecure without one. And I had some serious, like, dependency issues, I guess. And, you know, as I've gotten older, I have been single more than I've been in a relationship. It's actually kind of strange, and I'm not mad about it. Like, I could continue to be single. It's fine. I can definitely live that way. I just don't want to. Like, I don't want to be single forever. Okay, next I'm going to take the Fenty Beauty Cream Bronzer. This one is in the shade Butter Biscuit. I haven't used this one in a while. It does pull a little bit orange. I don't know if even orange, but, like, it's pretty warm. So what else is going on in the world, y'all? What else is there to chit-chat about? I like to talk to you guys about stuff that's going on in my life, stuff that's going on in your all's lives. I just feel like there's so many things that I can relate to other people with, and vice versa. You guys can relate to me on. And that's kind of what builds this little community here, is that feeling like we can get on here and chat with each other and, you know, share things with one another. I like being able to do that. Really not a whole lot going on with me other than just work and trying to keep up with this crazy channel. I've just gotten to a place here with my channel where, I don't know, like, I can't do the new releases all the time. Not only is it just, I get burnt out on constantly buying new makeup and reviewing new makeup, but I don't want to be just a review channel. I want my channel to be about more than that. So I've been trying to think of, like, other ideas, other types of videos I can film. Because I'm not really, like, a Project Pan type of channel either. I just don't get excited about using up my makeup. Maybe I should, but I just don't. Like, I like having a collection. I like trying new things. I like using my stuff, don't get me wrong, but I'm just not, like, overly thrilled about doing a Project Pan type of series. So I'm just trying to find, where do I fit in? Where do I fit in this crazy YouTube world? Because I'm not quite sure yet. I think it takes some time to really figure out what that sweet spot is for you. Like when you have a channel, to find what you're good at, what, people really want to watch from you. Like so far on my channel, my collection videos do really well, but how many times can you film a collection video? You know what I mean? Gotta have more going for you. I bought like several newer things that I just haven't even played with yet. Because I'm like, do I even want to like play with that right now? I don't know. I don't want to be all up in the hype where I've got to grab the latest thing quicker than everybody else so I can get a video up. And like, I don't want to care so much about that kind of stuff. I really want my channel to be fun and to be an escape for me and a hobby. I don't want it to be something where I feel like it's stressing me out or making me unhappy. That's the last thing that I want. That is not why I started my channel. So whenever I start to feel like that, I take a step back and I reevaluate, like, what am I doing here and why am I doing it? I don't want to be a channel where people come here and they constantly feel like I'm trying to push them something or sell them something. Like, I love talking about my makeup. I love sharing with you guys what I love, what I don't like. I love talking about, all of it. But I also don't want people to come here and feel like, I don't know, that I'm just shoving shit down their throats either. Anyway, now I'm going to dip into the MAC Glow Play blush. This one's in the shade Blush Please. I love the MAC Glow Play blushes. They are so beautiful. They have this sheen to them when you put them on the cheeks. I just love the way that they apply. I'm going to take my Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH6 brush to apply it. I want to be excited about playing with makeup again. I want to be able to sit down and be inspired and get excited to play with a palette that I haven't played with in a while, or even, any of the stuff in my collection. I just want to be excited about what I have and not overwhelmed with it and not feel like the fun has been totally sucked out of this hobby of mine. I want it to be fun for me. So I'm trying to get my makeup mojo back. I do my makeup before work every day. Every day I have to go to work, I put makeup on. And I do it very much so like on my channel. Now it might not be as extreme because for camera I have to put things on a little darker so with the lighting and everything it shows up okay. But for the most part, as far as routine wise, that's how I do my makeup for like work. I'm pretty extra about it. And I like that. I like having that process. I don't know, it's me time. It's like a little escape where I just do my makeup and the world fades away. Love that blush. It's so pretty. It's weird having glowy skin though, I will tell you that much. It is strange. I'm used to being pretty matte by right now. I thought about doing a video where I show my makeup for my dating profile. And then part of me is like, should I even put makeup on in my dating profile? How do you guys feel about that? What do you think about that? I don't think I should go full glam, obviously. I don't want to show up to meet somebody and them not have any freaking clue how I really look. But I also don't want to go completely barefaced either because I typically wear makeup. I wear makeup pretty much on a daily basis. And it's very transformative on me because I have a lot of skin issues. So I do look really different when I have makeup on. But I also don't want someone to feel like I was trying to trick them into thinking I look a certain way that I don't. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? How do you feel about it? I mean, it's not like anybody that I'm talking to couldn't just jump on my channel and see me barefaced anyway, but still. Oh, I can't help it. I go overboard with the blush, but I love some blush. Love it. I'm going to place some here too. I'm going to pull a Betty Jean. Why not? I've been doing that a lot lately, actually. I feel awful sticky. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hop off here. I'm going to get the eyebrows on, and when I come back, we'll jump into the eye look. And I know they're looking a little bit large and in charge. This one's thicker. I got really tired of dealing with them, and it's getting kind of late, so we need to jump into this eye look. So I am going to be going for more of a fall tone type of eye look, and I'm trying out that new Gerard Cosmetics eye base. I have not used this yet. I'm interested to see how things apply over top of it. It just feels like a tacky concealer at this point, so we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to build up in my crease with a burgundy shade, a rich kind of burgundy shade. I'm dipping into my Anastasia Beverly Hills Pro Pigment Volume number 3. This just has a lot of beautiful like fall tones in it. Let's take C4. That has more of a... It's definitely burgundy, but there's more of like a pinky red. Not pink. I don't know how to explain it. We're going to use that shade though. We're going to use that to build up in the crease and go from there. I'm hoping that this eye base works out for me. I'm going to start by packing the shade from that Anastasia Beverly Hills palette with the Morphe E18. And I'm going to use that just right in that crease area, and then we'll diffuse it with other colors. This is a little bit too, like, pink for what I was hoping for. I'm going to have to pack another color in there. I'm going to take a deeper brown, like, not brown, the shade E2 down here, just because it's got like a more of a deeper like burgundy feel to it. Pack that over top, I guess. Looks kind of crazy right now. Hopefully I can fix that. I need a good orange to blend this out. I don't know how fall tone this is gonna look. You know what? Let's go in with A5. It's super orange. Why not? Let's just see what happens here. I'm gonna do that with the same pencil brush that I just used. That might be a bit too orange. Oh, what's happening? This is taking a weird direction. This is what usually happens, though. Did not go the way I planned. At all. Oh, what's happening? I mean, that's interesting. See, look, I was going for a fall look, and I got, like, major sunset eyes going on. Like, how the hell does that happen? I never end up with the look that I intend. Sometimes it turns out alright, and then sometimes it's not so wonderful. This one I haven't figured out if I like yet or not. A lot can happen, I suppose. Okay, I think what I want to do to make it a little bit more like deep and not so like sunsetty, I'm going to take a shade from the ColourPop Sweet Talk palette. I haven't used this in forever. I'm going to take the shade down here in the corner. It's called Feel Free. It's a really deep, like, burgundy brown shade. Let's see what that does. I'm going to take my Sonia G Builder Pro. I love this for laying down pigment. It does a fantastic job. Oh, boy. It's pretty similar in tone to the other ones that I used. It's just a little bit deeper. Like, it's got more of a brown undertone and not so much of the, like, the mauve or the pink. I mean, so far this eye base is working really nice. I haven't had any issues with it. I think it's pretty comparable to, like, the P. Louise base. P. Louise is a little stickier, a little tackier, but this is definitely similar, in my opinion. Now what? Let's do a half-cut crease, since I love doing those so much. Should we try using the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas Eye Base? Let's do that. Why not? We already have it here. We're already testing it out. Let's do that. I'm going to do that with one of my Alamar Cosmetics brushes. It's just a flat concealer brush, and it's really good for cut crease. I really didn't want to do anything this elaborate tonight because I was kind of running out of time, but here we are. It's kind of the dumb shit I do last minute. Okay, now that I have that laid down, we got to find something to put on the inner part. I'm going to blend the outer edge into it, and then I'm going to repeat on the other eye, and I'm going to get out of here because it's getting late. This video took too long, like it always does. Okay, so before I hop over to the other eye, I did want to tell you really quickly what I did with this one. I took the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas Eye Base, put it over the inner portion of my eye here to start like a half-cut crease. And then I took the shade Lunar Spectrum from Tara Boons Cosmetics. It's a really beautiful, shifty, I think this is one of her iridescent chameleons. And I packed that on the inner portion of the lid. It shifts like pink. And depending on what light you're in, it's just really pretty. This is not exactly like a fall-toned eye look. I mean, it kind of is, but this is not what I was going for at all. And then I took the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara, which is like one of my favorites, and use that for the top and bottom lashes. Now, typically with one of these like crazy over-the-top eye looks, I would take color underneath the eye as well and smoke it out. I don't have time to do that tonight. I'm literally running out of time. So I'm going to hop off camera. I guess that's why I'm like speed talking right now. I'm looking pretty greasy at this point because I never did set my face. This is why I usually set my face. I just feel overly oily right now. But I'm going to go ahead and repeat this on the other eye. Get something on the lips, come right back, and we'll wrap this shit up. Okay, so this is the finished look after I put the lips on. I put a little bit of the Makeup Forever Artist Colored Pencil in the shade Any Tangerine on my lower waterline. It's just a really bright orange. I don't know how I feel about it. It's kind of weird having that orange waterline. I feel like it just looks a little strange, but I wanted to do something to add a little bit more color since I didn't smoke out the lower lash line. So that's what I did there. So for the lips, I used the ColourPop Lippie Pencil in BFF2. It's just a really deep brown. And then I filled the lips in with the Propa Beauty lipstick in the shade Profits, which is this one here. Really beautiful brown shade. So this is the finished look. Again, not much of a fall. I mean, I guess it's fall-ish tones. Definitely was not what I was going for today. But that happens sometimes. Sometimes things happen and we don't intend for them to, and then you end up with this crazy look. So, I don't know, I had a little bit of fun chatting with you guys, had fun just playing with some makeup. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up before you leave. Also, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I hope you consider subscribing. If you do that, don't forget to hit that notification bell, that way you're notified of all my future uploads, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.